Hi everyone, my name's Juliet and I'm a British author of children's and young adult fantasy and science fiction, and short stories for all ages. Today I'm talking about why I use Scrivener to do my writing. Well, the truth is, I don't only use Scrivener. I use Microsoft Word as well. However, Scrivener is usually what I use to get the text onto the page in the first place. So let's start with when I use Microsoft Word. That's probably easier. I use Microsoft Word a lot for short stories if I'm doing them for submission calls. It's the format required for most submissions, and it's just easier to start and finish with a short piece in the same software. I also used Microsoft Word for paperback formatting, because even though Scrivener does have formatting for such documents in the version for Apple, it isn't currently in the Windows version. I probably still won't change when it is though, but never say never. Scrivener I use, as I've said, for the bulk of my drafting and editing. I use it because it's much easier to manipulate the text. It has folders and documents within the manuscript that can be moved around as drag and drop. That's a lot easier than moving it around in Microsoft Word. I also like the fact that I can set target word counts and don't have to manually keep a note to know I've written enough words that day. I really like that I can have my screen background as a nice restful blue, which is much easier on my eyes. I don't use all the plotting and research capabilities Scrivener has, because I simply don't work that way, but if I did, that would be a big plus. I love the fact that Scrivener can output ebooks in both Mobi and EPUB formats, which covers all my needs. I also like to be able to keep a record of publishing details in the file, such as the book description. This can be done quite easily without having it included in the working file. I like the split screen option that you'll see in my Fiction Friday videos if I need to check text for inconsistencies, and the fact that I can change the file icon's colours if I want to indicate to myself that I've done a certain task on a file, and that it's really easy to see how many words there are in a particular chapter. There are a lot of these little things that would probably get quite boring if I listed them all, so I'll leave it there. That doesn't sound like a lot of things when I say them out loud. Most people don't use a fraction of the options available in Scrivener, but that means that it can be a lot of different things to different people, so I'm comfortable with that. It makes my life easier, and that's all that really matters. And if we're honest, how many of Microsoft Word's functions do most of us use? Definitely under 50%. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Here's my playlist of Scrivener tutorials, which I'll be adding a lot more to in the coming weeks. Plus, I have an affiliate link to purchase Scrivener down in the description if you're interested. I hope this was helpful in giving you a very brief overview of Scrivener. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Until next time.